significant breakthrough in its investigation into the 26th of October 2025 explosion at the mobile fuel station, Regent and King Street, Georgetown, an act of tyrannical claims of life. 8-year-old Miss Bourne and left 4 others injured. Preliminary investigation revealed that on the night in question, a male Spanish-speaking individual was observed in the vicinity of a fuel station, carrying 2 large black bags. It should have been 1. Moment later, a powerful explosion occurred on the western side of the premises, resulting in the death of 8-year-old, injuring 4 others, which was taken to the hospital. The gas station and several nearby buildings with the vehicles were damaged. Course of action. From the onset, a special investigative task force was established comprising members of the Major Crime Scene Investigators, Criminal Investigation Department, Region 3, 4A, and 4B, and key stakeholders, supported by intelligence and forensic experts. The investigation was coordinated from the highest level of the force with continuous oversight by the Commissioner of Police and his executive leadership team. Work of the police and technology. The force, in collaboration with the Safe City Command Center and area intelligence agencies, utilized video forensic analysis, digital tracking, and data correlation to trace the suspected movements before and after the incident. Acting on credible information through interagency coordination and field intelligence, investigators were able to locate the suspect at Borjaluden Centering Dam, East Bank, Essequibo, where he was captured earlier today, Tuesday, October 28, 2025, in a coordinated operation led by a superintendent. This success underscored the integration of modern policing technology with traditional investigation work, demonstrating the force's growing capacity in countering terrorism and digital intelligence operation. The main suspect, Daniel Alexander Ramirez Vidormo, a Venezuelan national, is presently in custody assisting with ongoing investigations. Several other persons of interest are being questioned as the force expands its probe to determine whether the act was part of a larger organized network or one wolf operation. Investigations are also working closely with the regional and international counterparts, including Interpol, and verify the suspect background and possible affiliation. Based on the evidence gathered thus far, detectives are establishing the elements to support the charges of Section 39A and 39B of the Criminal Law Enforcement, the Criminal Law of Offenses Act, Chapter 801, which addresses acts of terrorism and conspiracy to commit terrorism. Additionally, charges relating to murder, attempt murder, arson, malicious damage to property, and being actively pursued pending legal advice from the Director of Public Prosecution. At my level, I thank the ranks for the exceptional work, intelligence analysis, and all ranks involved with swift apprehension of the suspect. You underscore that the incident demonstrated the force's capability, discipline, professionalism, support by the effective use of technology and intelligence policing. I reaffirm that the Guyana Police Force remains resolute and relentless in the duty of protecting the public, ensuring that any act of terror or violence is met with decisive and lawful action. The investigation remains active as investigators continue to examine all evidence to determine the motive, origin, and any wider connection surrounding the attack. An AI-enhanced image captured the perpetrator and the CCTV footage recovered at the crime scene was used to aid the investigation, and as a result, the police received some leads as to the identity of the prime suspect, which ultimately led to the successful apprehension of the suspect. He is currently in custody, and that is my brief.
All right, thank you very much, Commissioner. We will now open the floor for questions, but before we do that, you're all experienced and you know the protocol. You identify yourself, media house, your name, media house you represent. And we want to try to get through the questions, or enough questions. So we'll move around as best as we can. Right.
Good night, Ambassador Benedict News. Ghana was received even prior to 2020 Commissioner, Spanish-speaking immigrants, and Minister, at the time when the world responded collectively to humanitarian crisis in Venezuela. What steps have been taken to monitor the migrant presence here? Could we see any new initiative rolled out to heighten surveillance? And when did this perpetrator enter the country?
I'm going to give you the first part, and I'm going to hand you over to Lanham to deal with the second part. Sooner or later, while we've been monitoring them at the ports of entry as they come in, they register. And that's why they register as they comes into Guyana. But within the next 3 or 4 weeks, we're going to use another mechanism where we're going to ID all the immigrants that are in Guyana that are not registered, and so they are going to be registered through the process.
Mr. Connell, when did he enter the country?
Thank you for your question, Nicasio. The prime suspect, along with his accomplice, who's from Venezuela also, entered Guyana by illegal means by boat last Sunday, that's the 26th of October, 2025.
Guyanese are feeling uneasy, somewhat uneasy. What assurances do you have for our nation? What security apparatus is on top of things as far as intel sharing and collaboration across agency, as you mentioned earlier, Commissioner?
We have Interpol, we have the GRCC, we have all the international stakeholders that we're working with, and we're going to continue to work with them.
All right, thank you very much, Gordon.
Gordon, mostly news source. Mr. Branham, did you say the suspect entered Guyana on Sunday?
Correct.
The same night of the attack, the same day?
That is correct.
So how, in terms of how he was able to get the explosives and so, what is the investigation like in that specific area? Do you believe he came specifically for that? How was that particular service station targeted?
At this stage of the investigation, I prefer not to disclose certain information to the public. We're at a very critical stage. What I can confirm is that he came last Sunday at 8 a.m. and he was supported by other accomplices, both Venezuelans and Guyanese. So I leave it at there. The investigation is still ongoing.
Have the investigation so far determined the type of explosives that were used? Could you say?
As I said before, the investigation is at a very critical stage, and that information will be released to the public in due course of time. What I can say is that the suspect is cooperating with the investigators. We have already secured a confession statement from him. Among other things that he mentioned to us is that the device, he brought it in from Venezuela to Guyana. He also indicated that the device had a switch which he activated when he exited the vehicle, which was parked within the vicinity of the gas station. I will leave it at that.
All right, Gordon, just clear that, so we want to be able to just so that we could accommodate everybody, we'll try to see if we can keep it to 2 questions. That's fair.
Thank you. Travis Chase, Nightly News. In March of 2025, the former Home Affairs Minister said that there are several sleeper agents from Venezuela in Guyana. I'd like to know what was done since then with that information. And secondly, were any other successful laboratory analysis yielded?
I cannot speak to a statement that was made by the Honorable Minister of Home Affairs at that time. What I can say is that the previous incident that we had, that matter is currently engaged in the attention of the court, and as a result of that, I have to be very circumspect with what I say. I do not want to be in any breach of the court procedure.
Go ahead.
Natalie Paris for the Guyana Chronicle. Specifically to the crime fighting technology, could you walk us through what apparatus was used to get us to this point? Also, for beefing up the country's national security, how would you describe the role of the public in crime fighting, and do you think that we are where we should be, and what should the public posture be?
All right, on the East Coast, there's a command center across the regions, regions 2, region 3, region 6, there are command centers, and we are in the process of building command centers to all the other regions. This is the first thing. Secondly, yes, I can do that. We've had cameras placed on the streets within hotspots, and so it can aid what we're doing, and I'm gonna stop there for now. And yeah, I'm gonna stop there for now, I know that. In relation to the public and the acceptance of the police, I'm happy that you asked the question, because the media is supposed to be helping us in this regard. Every religious day, either the commander, deputy commander, or the junior ranks are in communities trying to ascertain from the people what are some of the problems, how they can help them, and they're doing that throughout the days, throughout the week, on a Sunday too. And so we are going to keep at that until the crowd understand, or the public understand, that we are here to support them. And so I think we're being supported by some communities already, but we need to focus on the others, and I think that's a work in progress.
The final question from Travis, and then we'll come
Yeah,
to
just Mr. Blanham, you said that the suspect is cooperating with investigators. How were you able to interact with him? Does he speak English as well?
We have a translator who's assisted the investigators during the course of the investigation.
So he spoke no English?
I'll leave it at that.
Tricia Silvers, Guyana Times. You said that the suspect is cooperating with the police as it relates to the investigation. Are there any details about, or established details about the motive behind the attack?
As I said, at this point in time, I prefer not to disclose anything pertaining to motive during the course of this investigation. When we're in a position to do so, we will divulge that information to members of the media.
All right, Dennis. Dennis, I will come back to you.
Very short of Mr. Blanham, can you say whether any other types of explosive related material were found at places that the gentleman visited? And can you also say whether he was trained militarily? And thirdly, sir, even as the two images were released to the public earlier today, there is some skepticism among members of the public about whether indeed this was the person who indeed committed a crime. Why are you so certain that he is the person who actually committed the offense? And to the minister, as I have the microphone, when persons come to Guyana, are they fingerprinted as part of the processing? And in the application for visas and extensions of stay, are they fingerprinted as well?
Mrs. Cabral, first and foremost, as I said, we are still interviewing the suspect. As we speak, what we were able to confirm is that he has some affiliation with a gang in Venezuela known as R. R is linked to the Sindicato gang. Secondly, the issue of identification, there's no issue about identification. The issue of identification does not exist. The prime suspect was positively identified by one of his accomplices. More so, the suspect, as I mentioned before, confessed to his involvement in this particular crime. There is no issue about identification any longer. Thank you.
Shania Prasad, DPI. Can you get an
Yeah,
update?
we just have two, then it's 20 on the school, but we'll try to treat it.
Oh,
Yeah, so this is going to respond, and then we're going to come back to you.
Okay, but Venezuelans, migrants who come here to our ports, they're all registered. They are, the details are taken. However, we have acknowledged that the borders are porous and some people do enter illegally. And to address that, the government has launched the EID program. And what will happen is that we will have cards, this program has already started, has already been rolled out. We have cards for citizens and we have cards for non-citizens. And what we will do is for the persons who are in Guyana illegally, they will be given a grace period in which to come to register and have this EID card. This card, you will not be able to do anything, perform any, access any services, banking without this EID card for non-citizens. And they will be given a grace period. After that grace period is expired and you do not register and have an EID card, you will be taken out of the country and other sanctions will be implemented. That is the policy.
There's
So
a law or fingerprinted. Are the fingerprinted on arrival?
Registration, Shabbat, be registered and so the prints will be taken.
All right. Right.
Yeah, Shania Prasad, DPI. Can we get an update on the other victims of this death?
Yeah, basically to, I visited the adult is, first of all, they are all doing well, as can be expected. They are recovering. The two children are being able to start eating. They're still hospitalized and they're going to be kept in the hospital for a few more days. And the adult has a fracture and she's expected to be released in a day or two. And the other children are currently out of surgery. The plastic surgeon is looking at the child who had many lacerations and as a result of the glass. And but they are all recovering well.
All right, thank you. Oh, go ahead.
Let me see.
Mr. Glenn, I'm a commissioner, and Mr. Watts, well, Mr. Watts as DC Ops. Levi Smith, Big Smith News 1. Mr. Watts, could you say what systems are in place to safeguard the life and limb of our men and women in uniform and the police station and or wherever this suspect and his associates
Imagine 18 hours of blackout, and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%, yet you give public servants less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. And while you try surviving on the public base, then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how we go set up. The people fed up. They don't drive no fear with the citizen. They may want the people speak out. Freedom of speech done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment. And you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows. One set of girls and banner. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up.
given adoption and basically declined.
All right, go ahead, Tricia, and then we'll come to you.
The second question.
From here, and then we're gonna come back. Yeah, the
They-
second question, Minister. Go ahead, Minister.
Yes, we have assured first of all, little Soraya's mother, her name is Samantha Bourne. I've spoken with her, we've I've pledged government's support in whatever regards in terms of when she wishes to lay Soraya to rest and other kinds of support. We've already started and we've assured her, we'll continue to assure her of our support, and also in relation to the parents and the family of the two children who are hospitalized. It's a family unit, and we will continue to support. They're getting support through Human Services, and the Minister of Education has also reached out to them.
A message to anyone who may want to try such an heinous act.
The penalty for terrorism under the section quoted by the Commissioner is death, and we will be pursuing that in the courts. We will be making a case for the death penalty.
All right, Tricia, thank you.
It was mentioned that there are several persons in custody. Can you say if the accomplices are also assisting with this investigation as it relates to cooperating? You said you got a confession statement from the prime suspect. And lastly, given that Guyana would have encountered prior attacks from the gang that was mentioned, can you say the Guyana Police Force is concerned, will we heighten our presence as it relates to gang members, not only in the hinterland region, now that something has happened in central Georgetown?
We have 9 persons in police custody, and they're all cooperating with the detectives. You asked whether we're concerned. We are always concerned when we have these sorts of attacks. And attacks of this nature, they're not only perpetrated in Guyana. I recently came back from an Interpol organized conference. We had participants from the various South American countries. Guyana, we made our position clear that we need to have more collaboration and cooperation, especially as it relates to exchanging information on individuals who are part of these organized criminal groups. For example, the Sindicato is another group in Venezuela that is creating havoc in other countries. That's the trend Diego. So we are very concerned whenever we have incidents of this nature.
Before we wrap up, sir, a quick follow-up. Any links between the 2 previous attacks, the one at GPL and the one at the police station? And Mr. Hicken, quickly, I know you're getting signals to wrap up. The chief immigration officer, that's you. There were a group of British nationals, Muslim British nationals, who were detained at the airport and denied entry. Could you say why that was done? I think yesterday or today that took place. Muslim British nationals, and they were sent to back to Trinidad where they came from.
Oh, no. But this, Gordon, I'm going to speak to you on another occasion, but this we're dealing with.
No, but this is the important
I'm going to
story.
speak to you, I just said that.
You don't talk to me. You don't talk to the press.
All right, we're just
I
trying
have
to,
one
we're just trying
question.
to, yeah, we're just trying to focus, we're just trying to
Don't speak to the press.
focus on the press.
So there were Muslim nationals, there were British nationals who were denied entry.
All right, we're just trying to keep the focus on this investigation.
Don't take Commissioner elsewhere,
And he's
sir.
just committed to.
He gave a press conference in 3 years.
All right, Commissioner, you can.
Mr. Crime Chief, on the links to the other 2 incidents?
And Chief.
Remember we're rounding up, so let's deal with this question. Let's deal with this question. I understand that it's a good opportunity, but let's let the chief deal with the question.
Still stands, sir.
Right, let him
It's a
respond.
matter of public importance.
Right, give him an opportunity
It's not
to
one for the
respond.
Commission
Right.
TV.
Go ahead. He's not evading, he's right here.
He is evading, he's always did.
Okay, go ahead, Commissioner. Go
Sorry,
ahead,
Madam
Crime Chief.
Minister, I
Sorry.
know it's your press conference. My apologies.
You're, yeah, what's it?
As I said, Mr. Chevron, the investigation is still at a very critical stage. As the investigation unfolds, certain information we will share with members of the media.
You're talking about British national, sir?
Now, I'm speaking as it relates to the question about links of this attack that happened recently with the previous attacks that were perpetrated at the East Rank Outpost and the power station.
Has the Venezuelan embassy been informed?
Officially.
The Foreign Secretary, Mr. Robert Fizal, he and I spoke last evening, and he gave me the assurance that he will inform his counterparts locally and overseas. And I must say that I've seen a document whereby persons outside of our jurisdiction will circulate the wanted bulletin of this individual. So we are getting the assistance that we need. We inform Interpol or the National Central Bureau of Caracas, and they have also responded to us. So we are exchanging information as it relates to this incident with our counterparts, both locally, regionally, and internationally.
All right, this is going to be our final question.
No,
I'm sorry.
I have a
Thank you.
question.
The question of
Final
British
question.
nationals.
Madam Minister, could you help us?
There are a number of British nationals who are detained, denied
Minister, I have a
entry,
question.
and they're all over TikTok talking about it, so surely the government must be aware of that.
All right, let's just take this question from Travis and then
Let's wait until the minister answers the question.
Okay, go ahead.
You know, we have decided to engage the press on this particular issue that the public are concerned about. People want to know what is going on. We want to give them the information. We were regaled while the hard work of the investigators were going on. None of them has slept for the 72 hours. We were regaled for avoiding, for sidestepping, and as soon as we got the success, this is where we come to. We want to treat with what the people and the public are concerned about. And then we will engage on other issues outside of this press conference and other questions.
All right, this is the final question.
Thank you.
Travis, and that's it.
The
I'm
question
sorry,
I have
but
is still
we
with-
work
Thank
with
you.
some-
The
Question
question is for
Yes, go
the
ahead.
National Security Advisor or Mr. Howell on this very incident. Is there a construction or a reconstruction of the security sector standard counter-terrorism operations?
In terms of counterterrorism operations, we haven't reconstructed any of our procedures. The Guyana Defense Force is the Guyana Police Force rather, is the lead on any internal security matter, and that is what happened in this case as well. I want to see and follow up from the Honorable Minister that today the Guyana Police-led operation had a significant breakthrough in a very important security matter in protecting our people. And within this room and this environment, we expect, or reasonably expect, that we would applaud the efforts by the police force in having this breakthrough. And it was done so because of the capacity building and the human capital investment that was made over the years for us to come on to this point to solve a matter, an ongoing matter. And we've leveraged an integrated approach combined with technological assets and our human intelligence capability throughout this country within the last couple of years, to the point where we were able to quickly have real-time situational awareness and quickly solve matters. And at this time, the investigation is ongoing, and I trust that we will respect the crime chief and his office in their endeavors to continue to protect Guyana and mitigate any further incidents of this nature. Thank you.
One further.
I
have one final question.
Right?
I have one
We're
final
out of
question.
time. So I'm just gonna ask Minister
Can I
just
put
to
in
round
my
up.
final question, please?
All right, Leroy.
Thank you very much. Let me commend you guys for your wonderful work. Minister, you spoke of the state going for the death penalty. I know the president is being updated on this matter. Could you say, in the interest and for the benefit of the viewing public and this entire nation, if you as the security minister, and based on your conversations with the president, if you've gotten the indication that he may sign off on this man being put to death once this all comes to an end, the investigation and the court matters and so on, please?
A young, innocent child was being murdered. Had this man been able to put that device in that bin, more lives are being lost. But one life, Guyanese life, is still too much. Yes, I am absolutely sure that our Commander-in-Chief and my President will sign off on that order.
Thank you.
Minister, you could go ahead and have the final word for the president.
Thank you all for coming and engaging in your usual disciplined and polite manner. And I look forward to future engagements in like manner from all of you. And I just want to, at this stage, close off by saying thank you to the team that you see at the head table, the Commissioner of Police and his executive leadership team that you see represented here. They have shown, and their ranks, not forgetting the ranks out there, and the work that they've put into this. And what I am also convinced about is that a tremendous investment that this government has been making, that my government under President Adi's leadership has been making in our crime-solving technology has worked wonders, and it's continued to work. We're seeing the smart city program, the command centers, the different intelligence-led technology capabilities. It is all bringing forth fruit, and within less than 72 hours we had a major breakthrough with something that would have taken weeks, months, sometimes most likely would have gone unsolved. But we were able to use the technology and the investment that government has made. And that is what I want us all to leave with, that we continue to lead this security sector, making investments. They are made with vision and with an attempt, with a vision of, and the strategy of making sure that our citizens remain safe. And all of our programs and investments are with that in mind. So to all Guyanese, just know that your government continues to work for you, continues to invest, that you have a safe life, and that your life, you continue to see the realization of all your dreams within Guyana. Thank you very much all for coming out, and we'll engage very soon.
Who's that one? Low lights and hungry bellies. Who's that one? Low lights and hungry bellies.
PPP will take care of you from erection to resurrection.
Who's that one? Low lights and hungry bellies.
Yeah, this is the elite team. The root team. Strong team.
Number one.
PPP team. Yeah. Yeah, Sam. PPP all the way. Yeah, one Guyana. Yes.
Who in the fourth?
PPP will take care of you from erection to resurrection. Yeah, this is the elite team. The root team. PPP will take care of you from erection to resurrection.
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%. Yet you give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. I want you try surviving on the public base. Then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up. You done fed up. He done fed up. She done fed up. We done fed up. The people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup. Look how evil set up. The people fed up. They don't drive no fear with the citizen. They may want the people speak out. Freedom of speech done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment.
Who's that one? Low lights and hungry bellies. That's